Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Jack's Business Talk. And today, after many difficult computer difficulties and technical logical challenges and the misplacement of one cable, we're back. So today we have a very special guest, Tradebetter 99.
Thank you for having me, Jack. Excited for today.
I'm excited to get this video rolling.
Me too.
Am I gonna have to spill the water back in my eye again?
No, that's for the blooper reel right there.
That's about the only thing that the last video caught was me spilling water in my eye. So anyway, today Trey Better wanted to talk about buy boxes in Pittsburgh and the pros and cons of each individual market and which ones are should he stay or which ones are the best and which ones are the crackapoo dog shit ones that you should stay away from and shake a stick at.
That's good. I want to be sure that because I'm changing from the Ohio market for a time to the Pittsburgh market, I just want to make sure that, yeah, I don't find any haunted houses or houses that might make me disappear somehow. So I'm glad to
Oh, they're
talk
all the
about this today.
1800s. They're all haunted.
Oh, there, there you go. So, all right, how about the least haunted or at least the friendly haunted ones?
Okay. So over here we have the Zillow.
Ooh,
So anyway, the area I invest in is mostly like Butler, the city of Butler. I'm a little bit too far out, zoomed out. Can you see that okay?
yeah, I can see it. I see more of
Okay.
the Freeport area.
Yeah, so Freeport is a
Okay.
big one for me. Leechburg, Vandergrift, Apollo is a little bit further right in here where these ones are. Like these streak of towns right here. Each one, as you get further away from the river, the Allegheny, is a little bit worse than the previous. And I don't even say that in the sense of like, don't go to these areas. No, that they're all like just working class. Like they're all C's. Freeport's probably a low B, but they're just what you would expect for that area. Butler is probably like a C plus, depending on where you're at in Butler. But you can make a lot of stuff work in there, including single family houses if you buy them correctly.
Oh, wow.
I don't, like I said before in the one video, I don't mess with the island just because that's kind of where the ghetto is over there. So I don't mess with the island. But everything else in like this roundabout reverse C shape is free game.
Okay.
Now the thing about those areas that I invest is they don't necessarily appreciate, well, they appreciate as much. They cash flow a little better, but there's more risk tied into it because they're just not as desirable area. They're not going to appreciate as fast as like some of the other areas. So like Lars, who started investing in here, he was talking about. Let me zoom out so I can get on it real quick. So Lars was talking about Green Tree, Dormont, Brookline,
Right.
and where is it? Mount Lebanon's in here. Here's Castle Shannon. He's kind of looking in this area, which is a completely different ball game than what I do as far as investing. So another pro to my area is I'm out of Allegheny County. So I don't
Right.
pay the higher taxes. And because I'm out of Pittsburgh, I don't pay Pittsburgh taxes. So what Lars is doing is he's investing in some of the highest areas that you can invest in. So like he won't have a problem renting them out. Like
Okay.
he could probably list things and 2, 3 days later probably have it rented back out again. Like that's not a problem for him. Where I might have to sit on like a 2 or 3 month vacancy.
Oh, wow. So,
So there's that. There's that. But typically, once you get someone in there, I typically have them for like 3 or 4 years because they don't want to move. So another con or another I don't know pro con. These people in Lars's area are going to be more snooty. Is I guess the correct term
that's a
I,
good
I
way to
can
say
use.
it.
Um, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but it's just they're going to be more high maintenance. Okay. So that's another thing to think about. So it's just kind of what you're looking for. Now,
Right.
Steven, he kind of looks more in like the Banksville, Carnegie, East Carnegie, this area. I forget what else he said, Brookline, this whole area right here.
Right.
And it's kind of a cross, it's almost like a middle ground between me and Lars and what we're doing.
Okay.
So if you want to take that, and then with Cynthia, you have a lot of Class B. Lars is kind of on the verge of going into Class A. Um, Steven is in solid B. It's not B minus or anything like that. It's just a good solid B neighborhood.
Okay.
And it's kind of a good middle ground between like me and Lars. But again, you're going to be paying Allegheny taxes and all that kind of stuff. Now,
Right.
Cynthia, on the other hand, her dividing line is the Parkway 376. She does, like Wind Gap, Crafton Heights, Thornburg, Crafton, and Duquesne Heights, like this whole area right here.
Yeah.
That's kind of what she does. And again, it's basically just class. It's probably getting into more of a B minus area,
Okay.
just because you have a lot of blue collar people, but you have a ton of immigrants driving it or coming in, and it's kind of bringing the I don't want to say it's depreciating the value or the property values because it's not, but it's just people don't necessarily want to be around. And I don't mean by like, oh, there's one or two. No, there's like thousands moving in there.
Oh, wow.
And people just kind of don't want to be around that many all at one time.
Interesting. So, are they making their own economy in that area, or are they all commuting into the city and I guess working there?
I'm not exactly sure. I see a lot of contractor trucks, honestly, is what I typically see. And I'm not sure if the women do anything.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm
So,
not sure if they're just bringing in like their mindset from the old country, whatever it is. I mean, I don't recognize the language enough to even say that they're from this part of the world. I just honestly don't know.
oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I just hear them yelling and arguing with each other.
Okay.
But anyway, like I'm almost thinking that the women just they might just stay home and take care of the kids.
Nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's an affordable enough area where you could do that. So it sounds like you can get good contracting work and then at least people, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And so Mount Washington is decent. Duquesne Heights is the higher level you want to be in for this area. Mount
Okay.
Washington, if you're going to invest in this area, but there's nothing wrong with either area. Okay.
Right.
Mount Washington, Duquesne Heights, the closer to the river you get, the more it's going to cost. The
Right.
further back off the hill and you get away from the view, the less it's going to cost.
Gotcha.
However, when you get into Mount Oliver in this area here, it starts to get kind of shady. So you
Ooh.
might want to stay out of that.
Okay.
St. Clair, here it is. I was trying to find St. Clair. This is another area where Lars was looking, which is
Okay.
that's actually a really good area.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
kind of. Yeah, I don't understand how this, like looking on a map, how it goes, but like St. Clair's awesome. West Liberty, Brookline, like all that's decent enough. South Side Slopes. Um, I don't really know anything about them honestly. And Southside Flats, people make money down there.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. But that's kind of like one of our current trouble areas of the city. So, you know, if you're going to invest there, just what I would say is stay off the main drags. So like
Okay.
yeah, like stay off the main drags, like the Birmingham Bridge, these Carson Streets, 18th Street here, 10th Street Bridge over here. I'd stay off the main drags and stick
Okay.
on the little side streets would be my recommendation.
Okay.
There's not gonna be anything in downtown, so we're just skipping over that.
Yeah. What about the Hill District? I used to hear that one was kind of a
Cockapoo,
shady
stay out
area.
of there.
Yeah, okay. So it's still the name. Yeah.
Oakland is expensive.
Yeah.
You're probably not gonna find anything. Let's see. Yeah, Hill District, stay out of everything from here over to Strip District, stay out of.
Okay.
Or I should say everything but the Hill District. The Strip District, if you find something, would be okay, but like anything up to that point, stay out of. Upper St.
Okay.
Clair is okay.
What about on the other side, like Fine View and the East Allegheny?
Where's that?
Uh, to your left a little bit, uh, near 279, like Spring Hill City View. If you go a little bit more, yeah, there's like Fine View and I guess Perry South and all that.
So over here on north side, it's a little bit hit and miss.
Okay.
Like this is probably like the one area where you almost want to be a local to invest. I
Oh,
like I could tell you Mexican war streets, if you're to do kind of like what Jared does, that's what
yeah.
I was looking into right there.
Right.
Because you have a lot of people that are right, they're going to be trying to walk to the hospital and stuff.
Right.
And the Mexican war streets are good, but then like you have a lot of people, you have a lot of homeless, so basically a ton of veterans that just been dumped by society in this area.
Oh,
So like these houses over here for 100,000 and stuff, I wouldn't even bother looking at any of these.
okay. That's
Troy
interesting.
Hill is starting to get a little better. If you go up, Millville is okay-ish. Bellevue is an expensive area. It's a decent area. I don't know where to switch is. I would guess probably somewhere in Brighton Heights.
Okay.
Sharpsburg, I really don't know too much about. I can only tell you from just driving through there. It seems like a decent area-ish. It's just a thousand of a one style town, you know.
Gotcha.
Blue Ox, I kind of feel the same way about. I don't really know anything about it. It looks, it blends in with the other thousand towns in the area.
Interesting. So,
Oakmont is kind of snooty.
why so is it just like a really, it looks like it's right on the river, so you could probably get some good views there.
Yeah, you can get some good views in Oakmont. It's just they build up their town a certain way that draws
Ah,
people in, so the houses are more expensive there. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like they did it right,
right.
but it's just not the arena that I play in.
Gotcha.
Um, Monroeville is hit and miss. I would say it's more hit than miss. Okay, I don't want you
Okay.
thinking that it's bad. It's just
Interesting.
I'm trying to find it. Squirrel Hill, wherever it is, that's a real high end area.
Oh yeah.
So you kind of you probably want to just stay out of Squirrel Hill. I mean, I'm sure you can make money, but you better be prepared to do like a $500,000 house
Oof.
in the cheapest,
Yeah.
going up well past a million.
Yeah. So that's something you'd have to do kind of Jared's, but I don't know if you would have, yeah, it'd be rent by the room, but I don't know. That'd be really difficult.
Yeah, and they probably have rules against it.
Yeah.
Etna is Glenshaw and the rest of the way up Route 8 is okay. And most of this area you're not going to see too many places come up. And then you end up back up in Butler
Okay.
and
Interesting.
this whole area I kind of just consider Russellton, even though it's not really all just Russellton. But Russellton's okay. It's just an old coal mine town that kind of went away. The town still exists. There's not
Mm,
a whole lot of draw, but people use it for convenience to get to the city. It's
gotcha.
kind of same thing as Creighton, Keswick, Springdale, which Springdale is right there. I would if you're going to do Creighton, I would play it a little bit more safely, just because you have New Ken, which is a horrible area right there. You've West Trenham, you have
Wow.
you have West Trenham and Trenham right here in Brackenridge, and those are just if you can make a crapalicious cake, that would be the trifecta. That would be your better than sex cake right there.
Wow. Interesting. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I don't invest in these areas. I don't. I'll be honest. Like when I was running a landscaping company, I had one job, and where is it? It was over here somewhere. It was over in Natrona, even
Mhm.
if it's not calling it Natrona, but it was over in here somewhere. And yeah, after that, I said I'm never doing any more work in this area.
Wow.
Natrona Heights is fine.
Yeah.
Like if you want to do Natrona Heights on top of the hill,
Right.
that's okay. Basically, this side of Freeport Road is okay. This side, garbage dump.
Interesting. Okay. So I guess you brought up a good point. Like top of the hill, bottom of the hill. Do you have to worry about flooding? And does flood insurance go up depending where you are?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Freaks, all that kind of stuff. It'd be a good idea to pay attention to the terrain a little bit too, just because you don't want to be at the bottom of a big hill and have all the water running from the top of the hill all the way down and in.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
And then that's another thing to think about.
How about further west? I remember Lars was talking about Beaver and everything.
Beaver is over here.
Yeah.
It's east. I don't mess with Beaver. And
Okay.
it's not that I hate Beaver or I have anything bad to say about Beaver. I don't really know or understand the market. I can't really help you too much out there
Gotcha. Okay.
because I've already have enough markets that I'm looking at.
Gotcha.
But but I mean I can click on this one. Look, if you buy this one, I can come hunt your property.
There you go. Multifamily. So it comes with a shed. Oh, okay. There you go.
That must be the whole property, just this giant garage.
I know. That's kind of, looks cozy. Okay. So,
I can't tell you to stay out of Aliquippa. It's always one of the worst areas in the state.
oh, really?
Yeah,
Where's that?
that one I just clicked on
Oh,
had
that's the one.
a
Okay. Yeah.
Aliquippa zip
Oh,
code.
full
Now it
okay.
might be in a good part of Aliquippa. I don't like I said. I don't know how many zip codes Aliquippa has.
Gotcha.
So it might be like when people say McKees Rocks and they're like, stay out of the Rocks. And it's just like, no, the Rocks has 5 zip codes.
Oh wow.
And you just need to stay out of these two or three.
Interesting.
So I don't actually this is Aliquippa over here, the city. So I don't so you might be okay way over here. I
Okay.
don't know.
Interesting.
Like I'm just speculating because I don't mess with Beaver County.
Gotcha.
That's even like Lars was saying the other day that he put an offer in for someplace in was it Westmoreland,
Sounds like it. Yeah.
and he was asking about all the other stuff for Westmoreland County, and I'm just thinking to myself, no one at ORAT invests in Westmoreland County in PA. Like I don't know I don't even know where to begin because like you're saying you want to invest in Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
but Westmoreland County is over here.
We over there. Oh wow.
Yeah, like this is Westmoreland County over here in the whole Irwin, Greensburg,
Oh,
maybe Plum, but like Delmont, like this is all Westmoreland County.
interesting.
It's like an hour. It's like an hour out of the city.
Yeah, and that brings up the point of what is the cutoff distance of commuters to Pittsburgh? Because I mean, you see a pretty large circle around the area. And I mean, with prices varying from everywhere, I feel like maybe
It
closer is
really
better.
depends on which direction you want to go.
Right.
So I know this sounds silly, and I didn't really answer your question, but let me explain. So if you're going to go on 28, which is the main highway going
Yeah.
up this northwestern direction, you can go about an hour out of the city, which would take you to probably this area right here where the little hand is,
Okay. Yeah.
it, which is just south of which is right. I might have it on the South Buffalo exits.
Okay.
Okay. And if you're coming out of most people don't want to do the Route 8 trip. Just so I would say Allison Park, wherever
Why is
Allison
that?
Park is right there.
Is
Allison
it
Park, probably realistically, probably at this intersection, 76, because right there you're probably already at like 45 minutes just to go this little distance and then hit 28.
oh, is it traffic or is it because of just speed
Uh,
limits?
Speed limits and there's just a ton of stoplights.
Ooh, okay.
Like it looks like a major highway looking at it on a map, but
Right.
it's not. It's just stoplight after stoplight after stoplight after stoplight. 79, you can probably go up to like you can probably go up to this exit here or even a little bit further. I wouldn't go up to Zelienople, but this set no, I mean there's nothing wrong with the area. It's just getting a little bit too far away for where people
Right.
don't necessarily want to commute. But like even up here to like this area here would be okay. Because right here you're probably pushing like half hour, 45 minutes.
Oh, gotcha.
Zelienople, because like the highway's not fast. Like the speed
Right.
limit coming out of the city is mostly 55 the whole way.
Oh,
So
yeah, that's a good point.
and there's always traffic. So going this way, I'd say on 376, going northbound, you're probably this is where I'm kind of speculating a little bit, but I would say you could probably go all the way into you could probably actually go the whole way to Beaver if you wanted to.
Gotcha.
New Bright New Brighton. What's the next major highway? 22. It's not the most it's not the friendliest of getting out of the city. I would say Robin or probably just a little bit past Robinson.
Okay. All right. So
Southward
no, go ahead.
southwards. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's like yeah, finish up this up, and I'm gonna have a similar relative question for thinking about commute times as well. So
79 south, you could probably do down to Canonsburg. 51 is the other big one down here. I would say probably Baldwin.
Okay. Interesting.
Murraysville, Monroeville is probably as far west as you want as you would want to go.
Okay.
Right, just
Interesting.
because the traffic, the speed limit's fine, but because of the tunnels, the traffic gets bad. So yeah, so if you
Gotcha.
want to draw that big giant Nickelodeon looking circle,
Yeah, see, I was looking at
uh,
Allegheny County, and that's exactly what I thought. It was just like it looks like that big splat, kind of like because
yeah.
yeah, the further north you go, it's actually there's parts that go up. That's like okay, this is Allegheny County, but actually, if you go the next street over, that's not. And so I'm kind of like, oh, okay. And okay, so that brings it to the next question of um, where's the main business district of that you would say Pittsburgh is? So if you're looking for people that are either looking to take the bus or also looking for that 45-minute commute, um, maybe would they want to cross the river or a place where they wouldn't need to take tunnels and rivers and not get caught up on bridges that Ben Roethlisberger is using his motorcycle on?
Um, so there's businesses everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no real dominant place. It's just what is your field of expertise?
Gotcha.
Like, for example, if you're technical, you're probably going to be working a lot in like there's a place in Mount Lebanon. There's a whole bunch of that stuff going on, and a whole bunch of there's a whole bunch of places going on, or
Okay.
there's a whole bunch of technology over by Duquesne, um, near Point State Park. There's a bunch over there. Industrial, probably more towards the rocks. But again, there's production plants all over the place. Like
Mm-hmm.
for example, like if you go northbound 79 or 28, just because I travel those two highways the most,
Right.
um, pretty much any view you have, like you're gonna see a manufacturing plant at least 10 or so about every mile you travel on the highway.
Oh wow. Okay. Because
And I know everyone always like Amazon, Amazon. You don't want to just focus on Amazon.
no.
But these are like different things other than that. Like you have trucking companies, you have box making companies, you have um machine shops out the wazoo. Like there's
Yeah,
tons of like it's just a lot of blue collar workers, and that's kind of what you want.
exactly. That's yeah, you hit the nail right on the head. I was trying to figure that out because I agree with you. It's, there's going to be people that need to rent everywhere. And I'm also thinking about Dion's point of view of that he never has a property within 10 miles of each other or something like that, so that each section will be sort of insulated from the other parts. Um, so that's great to know though. So because I know we've spoken previously about that, where yeah, there's a lot more manufacturing, a lot more items like that. So yeah, this has been
I'm not
really
sure in
educational.
Pittsburgh if that's something you can really do is stay 10 miles apart from each place.
Okay.
But I think there's enough business and stuff like if you lost your job today,
Yeah.
there's enough stuff going on that you can find a comparable income within like a month or two.
Nice. That's great to know.
Yeah.
And then
As long as you're not making like buku dollars, like I think if you lost if you're someone that's accustomed to making like 100K a year, you could even find a 100K job a year.
yeah.
Do It might just take you like a couple extra months, but
Yeah.
if you're looking for like a 50 to 100K, you could probably get a job within a month. I want to say doing the same
Awesome.
thing. There's tons of warehouses.
But I mean, that being said, is that it's 100K is just a number, and it sounds like you could just have a livable price within that range, so it wouldn't really
Hmm.
matter. So
Yeah.
that's a big thing. That's a big reason why I wanted to pivot, was that I saw a lot of that, is that there's a lot of good jobs, workable jobs, and it, even though you see a lot of red here for sales and a lot of purple when you click on the rent they're not on that long. I've seen a few places that were just way overpriced at probably 30 days plus, but
Yeah.
everything else is within a week, which is impressive, even for the winter time.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was telling Mikey when he was nervous about a place going vacant in the winter. I was just like, Mikey, I've rented stuff out in the winter. I've never had a problem finding good people.
Yeah. Yeah, that's been the really impressive part, because I know for my part in Akron, yeah, if you get out in the winter, there's probably a reason why you're out in the winter. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I know Mark made a statement the other day about how Pittsburgh, the population is declining and
right,
stuff. And I kind of wanted to put some input on that comment, since we're talking about it and it's on topic for what we're talking about. So there's a lot of stuff going into Pittsburgh as far as businesses and stuff. But the big thing is it depends on where they send their census bureau. Okay. A lot of
right.
people here, like the older people,
Hmm.
they're migratory people. Like they spend part of their year up here and they go down to Florida or go down to Georgia or go down to Carolinas and they come back here. So it depends on when they send them out, the censorship, because they might get marked, and this has happened several times where people get double counted in Allegheny County and somewhere else, and it's happened before.
Interesting. That brings up, there you go. That, I mean, talk about, this is why you need to talk to locals. Anything else? This has been really helpful. I never knew that. Wow. Okay, so with that, I know that was the part that got me too, was that I know it's always been more on the realm of being, with the depreciating population, as they say. But it's just, what I find interesting is that they're, with businesses moving there, you would think that they're planning ahead. I mean, it means that there's something out there, because, I mean, with Cleveland and everything, I'm kind of surprised where, but I saw some parts of 70% of the entire city depends on Cleveland Clinic, where here it
Yeah.
seems relatively diversified.
Yeah, there's medical fields because even like if you go into the medical fields, you have Allegheny Health Network, you have UPMC, you have, and those are like the two big ones. But and even that, like you have, it's not even just like you have one facility. It's each one probably has like 10 facilities in the area.
Right. Yeah. And what's,
I had to go fetch the cry puppy.
you're good. Yeah. And then, so what also brings up an interesting point. So, when we were at Vegas together, I've been trying to talk to Aaron Amin because of the residential assisted living system. I mean, I there looks like there's a few spots there, but depending, I mean, if it's a snowbird paradise, I mean, looks like you might even do more there, especially with so
I'm
many
not familiar
hospitals.
with that. What's that?
So residential assisted living is, essentially
Oh,
you take a
never mind.
house.
I remember what it is now.
Okay, okay, yeah. So yeah, but the idea behind it is that, I think the only thing that of my concern in the area was that because it's so hilly, most of the multifamilies that I see are, like multi-story. There's nothing that's
Yeah.
usually, I would say, flat.
No, you're not going to get anything flat like that unless you build a custom and out of the city.
Gotcha. And then, okay, so then you'd have that. Then, potentially also you'd have, oh geez. Oh, you said that there were Pittsburgh prices. Are there historic districts that you have to worry about as well?
The War Streets is one.
Okay.
Um, that's kind of the biggest one I can think of off the top of my head.
Okay. That's
Fox
good.
Chapel is another one I would avoid just to make note of it because I could see it on the map now.
Okay.
Um, just it's one of the most expensive areas to live in the area.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's usually like Squirrel Hill, Mount Lebanon, Fox Chapel.
Okay. And then what about also Highland Park? I saw there's some parts that are affordable there.
Highland Park is it can go either way. Um, sorry, I was thinking of Aspenwall.
No, yeah, no, but like
Um,
Aspinwall also has like little clinics and everything as well. So that was also interesting. So
Aspenwall would be good. Sharpsburg is okay. Highland Park, you need someone better than me to tell you about the area because I'm not saying it's bad, but if you don't know what you're doing, you could buy something in a bad area.
gotcha.
And because I don't really go this direction or in am typically in this area very often, I can't speak on what's to stay away from. If I had to guess, I would say if I had to guess, I'm kind of looking at the map a little bit. I know nothing about this town here, but I know Garfield is a garbage fire, Bloomfield is a garbage fire, and you have Polish Hill, which I'm not sure of, which I would assume would probably not be, or where is it? Which
Yeah.
I'm not sure about, and then you have the Hill District.
Yeah.
And to put it in perspective, you've heard about the Hill District and
Yep.
stuff. Bloomfield and Garfield are worse,
Wow.
and Highland
Yikes.
Park is right up next to it.
Right.
So that's why I would say you need to find someone that is in that area
Yeah.
because I don't mess with that area.
That's good to know. Oof. Awesome.
On a scale of 1 to 10 on the cockapoo levels, those are really cockapoo.
Yikes. Okay, so
But it's not all horrible. Like East Liberty is getting a little better. Sheridan, is that Sheridan? No,
yeah,
Shady Side.
she said.
Shady Side isn't bad.
Okay.
Shady Side is actually a really nice part of town. North Oakland, Upper Hill, I'm not sure of.
Yeah, that's right near the university and everything. So,
Yeah. And Shady Side has all those hospitals and stuff right there.
right. Awesome.
Lawrenceville is good.
Interesting. Okay.
Bloomfield, I would say is probably starting to come around just because they've revamped Lawrenceville so much.
Interesting. Is it, are they trying to make it a more luxury area? Are they trying to make it more of a tourist destination or?
Lawrenceville was one of those areas Greg mentioned briefly in our last video
Yeah,
that the that Pittsburgh just dumped a whole ton of money into,
right.
and they were revamping the whole area because it was a horrible area before. Like, and they brought businesses in, they built all these little strip malls and stuff to get people to start coming in, and
Mm,
then they redeveloped the whole thing.
wow.
Um, you have some historical things there. Some of the stuff I actually kind of want to go see and check out.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah, but they've redone the whole thing completely from what it was, even 10 years ago. Then Bloomfield, you have Children's Hospital right there,
Right.
which is up around top of the hill. And yeah,
I think,
yeah,
yeah,
Lawrenceville isn't bad.
cool. Well, Jack, I think that's a probably a great place to put a pin in right now as our first walkthrough of the buy box.